big day. As you can see, the snow's coming down, which means we've got pretty much some perfect conditions to chase some cats this morning. So we got onto a really nice track yesterday. It's a little bit old for the dogs to sort out, but the way we scouted the area, we walked for a couple of kilometers back in there on the tracks yesterday, Chris and I, and we think we know which direction this cat was going, so we're gonna go scout that area here first thing in the morning, see if we've got them crossing any of the roads back in there, box them in, and hopefully close the deal. In the box. Here we go. All right.
Are you pumped, Jen?
I'm pumped.
It's gonna happen.
Sorry, I'm a woman of not very many words.
That's all right. We appreciate that
But
sometimes.
she's a deep thing. But you gotta question her taste in men at the very least.
No doubt.
So, you want to keep it between the ditches, Chris?
Well, this is what happens when you put Johnny Prozac behind the wheel.
Sure, blame John for it, right? John, allegedly you're being accused of driving this into the ditch. So what really happened? Who was driving, Jennifer?
I saw nothing.
Look at the Good Samaritan. Who do you think was driving?
Boy with the cowboy hat.
The guy in the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
You're busted, John.
Yeah.
The guy in the cowboy hat.
Thanks very much.
Thanks a million, man. Chris Bushel, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Next time you're driving.
Appreciate you getting this all on film.
Yeah, easiest thing I've done all day.
Yeah, I bet.
My thought process is I've got a million and one things going through my head. First of all is if we find the cat, I right away start to think about my shot placement, because to me that's the most important thing, is making sure that I don't wound the animal. I am a new hunter. I've only been hunting for a couple of years. I met Brice 3 and a bit years ago, and to me it's really important how the animal is taken. And the thing that surprised me the most is how much my entire family's enjoyed eating our meat. So as we've been driving, looking for tracks, we're driving by things that I probably 3 years ago never would have noticed. All the different animal tracks and being able to differentiate between a deer track and a cougar track, fisher tracks, moose tracks. They're all very unique to each animal, and yeah, it's just really very interesting. Although I've always been an outdoorsy type person and have enjoyed being outside, I've never really taken in the wilderness and being outside the way I have over the last couple of years, and yeah, I have gained a new appreciation for it.
Oh. Mama me. This one here is the daughter of Raptor. This one here is the daughter.
The Fever is brought to you by Stampede Toyota, APA Archery, PJ Trailers, Stealth Cam Digital Scouting Cameras, Traeger Wood-Fired Grills, Vortex Optics, Affordable Hydrovac, K&K Food Liners, Al's Hot Shot and Trucking Services, Domax Construction Equipment, Smith Game Calls, and these other fine partners. This segment of The Fever is brought to you by Stampede Toyota. This segment of The Fever is brought to you by Vortex Optics.
We're right across where that Cadence got all birdie on us last night. So we're gonna walk this pipeline. Hopefully they can win something. And if not, well, it stretches out our stomachs a bit and you can burn off your donuts.
Yeah. Mr. Classic's been eating in the back seat. I promised Mama Classic I was going to put on 20 pounds.
Funny.
Okay, let's go, girl. Do we run one for the dogs and get their moral support up? We're loony-sized toes, Brice.
Are we?
Ride, I'm getting 27 inches. On my longest ride, I'm getting 34s.
So shooter cat.
I want to take pictures of the...
It's the last morning of the last day. And we've finally got a track.
On this one, we are going to take everybody, but we're not going to dump them all at once. We're going to stage them out here.
Being out here in Rocky Mountain House has been amazing, but what a great way to finish off this hunt. Whether we actually get a cat today or not, to see fresh tracks, and we're going to see how the dogs work, and yeah, it's pretty amazing actually.
It is. We were here 6 hours ago. It's the last morning of the last day. And there were no tracks crossing this road last night. And now we got nice, fresh, overnight tracks.
Very exciting.
Just love hunting, you know. It means so much to come and meet these cool people and make new friends and have this wild experience of chasing cats. Maybe today's the day. This cat track was not here last night at midnight. We drove the roads for a couple hours trying to cut fresh tracks in the fresh snow so we'd have a place to target first thing in the morning. This wasn't here. Classic. With a capital C on classic. Are you
And
Jack?
capital C for Chris.
Nice.
Because without Chris, we wouldn't be here. So,
Yep,
yeah,
Northern Blue
amazing.
Outfitters.
Yeah.
My buddy Chris Bushel and his fine dogs. Look at here. What are you doing? What are you
Are we
doing?
going to get a cat?
Who wants to go catch a cat? I sure would catch a cat.
To me, the retrieving of our dogs is more important than the harvesting of a cat. Without these dogs, nothing happens. So I'm a firm believer the GPS puts us in the situation even quicker, anticipating where our dogs are going to be in. And if worst case scenario happens, we know where our dogs are all the time. So everyone comes home safe at the end of the day.
This segment is brought to you by Stealth Cam Digital Scouting Cameras and Domax Construction Equipment. This segment is brought to you by Al's Hot Shot and Trucking Services and Affordable Hydrovac.
How are you feeling now looking at that cougar track?
Well, I'm still hopeful.
Good.
So helpful.
So we've been trying to find some more fresh tracks all day and just cut these. So measure the stride here and see what the deal is. Look at the toe size. Might have a chaseable cat here.
So just from the toe to the back of the heel.
Let's see what you got.
So from here,
Yep.
so 26.
Yep.
For information on cougar management area closures,
So
see
we
your list
found a
of wildlife
track, and we're
management
just
units
calling
contained
the
within each cougar management
Cougar
Hotline.
hotline. And yeah, we'll find out from the Cougar management team whether or not this zone is still open,
The cougar
and that
season is
will
closed in CMA 8,
be the deciding
9,
factor whether or not
11,
we follow these
12,
tracks.
15, and 23. All other cougar management areas are open for both male and female.
So if we follow the tracks and we get up close, I can still choose to pass,
Absolutely.
and we can just leave it for another year or another hunter. And yeah, to me, it would just mean more to me just to even be able to see the cougar
Yep.
Nope.
than anything.
And-
I'd rather follow a track on a small cougar and not take it. But just for the experience of actually seeing the cougar. We've been here for 3 days, and yeah, it'd be a great, even if I don't go home with a cougar and meat, it would still be great to finish my day by seeing it. So,
Well, and the ideology behind trophy hunting doesn't mean something has to die.
right.
The trophy, once it gets to the tree, by rights, it's dead to rights. So by walking away and letting it live another year, you still got your trophy. You got your
Right.
pictures, the memory of your hunt. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to die to be a trophy, and a lot of people lose sight of that.
Yeah.
So,
Great attitude.
Yeah.
I'm glad. You get it, what the hunting's about.
Yeah. It's been a great weekend. Honestly, I have memories. I've made new friends and the cameraman. And yeah, and I've learned so much. I've learned lots about Chris and his background and what he does.
Beauty. Well, let's do it.
well, we'll
Let's
call her
make
up
hay.
the girls and see what they do with this one. Grab Rampage.
Everybody.
I'll give you Ruger and Sasha.
Penny for your thoughts right now.
Just exciting.
So tell me what's going through your mind as this hunt starts. After days and days and weeks of planning, days of scouting, how's your emotions right now?
You're just trying to take everything in, and it's just really exciting. Yeah, it's exciting. It's pretty amazing how the dogs know just exactly what to do, hey? Like, they're just so intelligent. What's that? The last couple of days have been absolutely beautiful, and we've had lots of snow, and we've been above 0. Today's the absolute coldest day, but you know what? It's probably for the best, because we're going to be sweating it up as we're walking through the bush. Well, you can hear the dogs off in the distance. I'm not 100% sure how far they are, but we're hoping that we might be able to see them run out into this kind of open area. Who knows, they may push out a cat.
This segment of The Fever is brought to you by APA Archery. This segment of The Fever is brought to you by PJ Trailers in Nisku, Alberta.
We were here for 3 days and had to go back to the city. Chris continued to scout and phoned us yesterday to let us know that he found 5 new cougar tracks. And so we got up at 4 o'clock this morning and drove back out to Rocky Mountain House.
We got a tom and a female here. So your females have an oblong toe, like a teardrop, and your toms are in your rounder toe. By the look of his toes and his pad, he's 2 1/4 inches. He's an easy 150. 44-inch stride. He's 2 1/4 on the pad. We're in that 155, 160 mark.
I'm about to embark on my very first cat hunt, and I'm extremely excited. I'm a little bit nervous. We're off.
Cougar bed.
We're gonna go back to the truck, get up to this corner. By the time we get there, we should have a different direction on if they're gonna parallel this road or if they're gonna just keep going to the south here.
We are literally down to the very last hour, and the cat is finally treed. It's pretty much been a full day running this cat. So anyway, can't really talk because we gotta go and get this cat. We are hustling.
Yeah, we're in a race with time.
I feel fairly privileged. I know there are a lot of people that would give their right arm to be here in my place. So,
And we're pretty fortunate. We're able to cut a road. It's gated off, but we've been able to walk the main road in fairly close to where we could get in on the dogs. And that's sure better than slogging up and down the hills and over fallen trees and slipping and sliding. So
we were almost there, and the cats jumped again. So, and actually, just as we're speaking, they've got it caught again. So we gotta go. Unbelievable.
3 lions up a tree.
3 lions in a tree. Yeah. I think that's amazing. It's a really amazing sight. Yeah, it's an amazing sight. It's pretty rewarding after such a long day and a long week. I'm excited. I just need a moment to process, so.
You got him.
Did I?
You got him.
Was it a good shot?
Yeah. How you feeling?
It's pretty nerve-wracking. I'm shaking.
Awesome. Okay, just take a minute. Got him.
We finally got our cougar.
How are you feeling?
It's nerve-wracking.
An emotional roller coaster. On the trail to go retrieve the cat.
You think it was a clean shot, right?
Yep, you got him. He's bleeding all over the place. What's that?
That's our cat. his paws are.
Yeah. Oh, he's a beautiful cat. Pick his head up and see his face. Oh, he's a beauty.
Chris, when you watch this, thank you. It was a lot of hard work on your part, and yeah, I wish you were here, so thanks.
So when we look at aging these cats, we kind of look at the gums and the coloring of the gums, white to gray. Younger cats will have, you know, really pink gums. And the other thing we look at here is there's no spots. Of course, we obviously make sure that in the judgment before we harvest. Good, really good, nice wide noggin. Just an all-around good mature cat.
Nice. Check his paws out, yeah?
Yeah, they're beautiful. Hey, look how amazing.
Oh, that's good. And then I like showing guys this because this is where some of our mental doubt comes in. This little black spot right here that's buried underneath that white hair, that's what we're looking for in a sex judgment.
That's how you tell they're males in the
Yep.
tree.
Females, so males are usually around 4 inches from the anus down in between the legs, and sometimes it's really hard when their guard hairs are really thick. It can be difficult to tell. And then females are higher up. That's actually the penis sheath. You can see the hole there, and that's the penis sheath right there. And that's what we're looking at.
Excellent.
50 feet
From
in the
way
tree.
up. It's hard to
Nice.
make those. It's hard to make a call like that,
It is.
right?
Yeah, it took a long time.
We were probably standing underneath the cat for about 45 minutes. We wanted to ensure that it was a mature male. Yeah, he just took the time to make sure that I was making the right call. And so, yeah, thanks.
You betcha.
Thanks.
You got your cat.
I did.
Beautiful.
All right.
Long march out.
For more on the fever, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.